Tri Nations 2020, it's done and dusted, all finished, and what a competition it was. A lot of big surprises, a lot of upsets, drama, excellent rugby, exciting rugby. It was a competition I really enjoyed, even with the Springboks not being in it. If the Springboks were in the competition, of course, it would have been even better. Nonetheless, it was very entertaining. The biggest surprise was definitely Argentina. They pulled a massive upset, beating New Zealand. They only lost one game. They drew twice to Australia, which was fantastic. Remember, Argentina last year were very weak. They went into this competition with no club rugby, with no previous matches in 2020. The first game of 2020, they beat New Zealand. Unbelievable. For the first time ever, the whole world was shocked. One of the biggest upsets in rugby in recent years. And the last game, which was today, of course, was quite a big surprise to see how Argentina actually performed, because I thought them losing their captain, Pablo Matera, I thought that it would affect their morale very much, and I thought it would affect their confidence. But in fact, it actually seemed to boost their confidence. It seemed like the guys wanted to play for him and the other guys who were suspended temporarily. I think the key for Argentina this Tri Nations was their defense. They improved so much on their defense. Their defense was fantastic. That was probably the main reason why they beat New Zealand. It's always difficult to beat New Zealand, and one of the biggest secrets to beating New Zealand is to have a strong defense and to play physical rugby, and that's exactly what they did. And of course, strong defense, it boosts confidence. And when you have confidence, you play with the ball a lot better and you start taking risks, and those risks pay off. So all of that led to a much better, stronger Argentine side. So they can be very proud how far they've come this year. It was a great year for Argentine rugby. And I'm looking forward to seeing them improve even more in future years, which I'm really hoping for. Australia. I actually think Australia improved a lot this year as well. They were very inconsistent. They played very good rugby, but they also messed up quite a few times. They only won one out of 6 games this whole year, which on paper is a very bad result to have for a team like Australia, who is a tier 1 nation. However, they could have won more games if Reece Hodge got those kicks. Very unfortunate for him to miss that one when they were playing in New Zealand, which was a draw. Very unfortunate for him to miss that. He missed another very important kick against Argentina today. So disappointing to see that for Australia, coming so close but not paying off. They came at the bottom of the Tri Nations log. But I think there's a lot of progress for Australia. They definitely are better than they were in 2019. In 2019, they were just a bit lost and not anywhere near where Australia should be, because there's a lot of pride in Australian rugby and they want to see their team perform well. They can still be very proud of drawing against New Zealand in New Zealand. That made a huge statement. Again, that was the first game of their season, of the year. Fantastic result for them. So I have hope in Australia. I think they're going to continue improving, but there is definitely a lot they need to work on. Then, of course, New Zealand. Well done, New Zealand. You are the Tri Nations champions. However, I think All Black supporters will have mixed emotions and mixed feelings about 2020 as a season. Although New Zealand did win the title, they weren't their old selves, and I think everyone knows that. Of course, they lost to Argentina. They failed to beat Australia in New Zealand in that first game. So I think All Black supporters will be disappointed, and I don't think they're actually used to this. They're not used to New Zealand losing on a more common basis than we've seen this year. So still, however, there's a great batch of players in that All Black side, very talented team. I think anyone who writes them off would be stupid to do that. Still, a trophy is a trophy. They can be proud of that. And next year is going to be very interesting when they face the Springboks again. Too bad for COVID. It would have been fantastic to see the two teams play again. Overall, it was a good competition. I enjoyed it. There was good rugby. Of course, this has been a crazy year, and many of us didn't even expect to see international rugby this year, but we are able to see it again, which is great. It would have been a better competition with the Springboks, but that's okay. Next year is going to be very interesting in 2021 when the Springboks are back. Very hard to tell how the Springboks are going to do because it's been so long, but if the Springboks can continue the momentum that they had at the World Cup, then they will definitely be title contenders again. Let me know what you guys think about the competition. What were your thoughts when watching the games, the big upsets especially, and what are you looking forward to next year when the teams play again? Do you think Argentina will continue their great progress? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it.